Hello everyone, Jeff with the Green Review here. The timing and quantity of pruning cuts differs between kinds of plants and different times of the year in the life of the same plant. If we're taking a lot of branches off a tree, we are changing the root to shoot balance. We want to do the pruning when it can recover quickly. Pruning causes an injury to the plant and should be done when it will cause the least damage. Even though a tree can live 100 years after being injured, we still want to create the smallest injury, and we want to promote fast healing. Plants injured in ice storms should be pruned as soon as possible to limit insect and disease problems, but other trees should be pruned at the proper time. Pruning shade trees is usually best done when the tree is dormant. Flowering and fruiting plants are best pruned soon after flowering. This allows the plant to grow larger, healthier fruit and set more flower buds for the next year. Pruning should not be done in late summer because new growth may sprout and then be killed by frost. New growth in spring consumes a lot of energy stored in the plant over the winter, and pruning this new growth before the plant can replace the stored energy will set the plant back. The dwarfing effect can be beneficial on hedges, but not most other plants. Because the change in the root to shoot balance that pruning causes, some plants will take longer to heal and have a slower response to attacks from insects and diseases. Late fall through winter and into early spring is the best time to prune many shade trees. Deciduous trees lose their leaves, making it easier to see the branches that need to be pruned. There is less waste to deal with since the leaves are off the branches. Winter is a time when the trees are dormant and when the insects and diseases that attack them are also dormant. Oak trees are susceptible to an often fatal fungus disease called oak wilt. The disease is spread by a vector of sap beetles. Even minor pruning of small branches on small, healthy trees attracts the beetles to feed on the sap, and they unwittingly transfer the disease spores. Other bark beetles also can move the fungus from sick tree to the healthy tree. The beetles are most active in May and June, so many arborists won't trim an oak from April through July just to be safe. Dutch elm disease is another fungal disease spread by beetles in the summer, so pruning in the winter is best. On elms, both this disease and oak wilt can kill a mature tree in as little as 2 months, so pruning during the winter is highly recommended on oaks and elms. A fungal stem canker disease found in honey locusts can spread to open wounds caused by pruning, especially in humid or rainy weather, and pruning during the winter limits the spread of the disease on honey locusts. Trees and shrubs in the rose family, such as apples, crabapples, hawthorns, mountain ash, pears, cotoneaster, and a whole bunch of others, are all susceptible to a bacterial disease called fire blight. Winter pruning decreases the chances of spreading the disease fire blight. When pruned between late winter and early spring, some trees bleed a lot of sap. It isn't harmful to the trees, but it causes concern when it's noticed. Trees that excessively bleed can be pruned in the fall or early winter, but many are pruned in late spring to early summer to avoid the noticeable bleeding of sap. These trees include birch, ironwood, box elder, and other maples, and walnut. If pruning an oak, elm, or honey locust in the summer is necessary due to storm damage or other reasons, hire a certified arborist who will use the right techniques, and tools should be sterilized between each cut. What does this all mean to me? Pruning in spring or summer, when the sap is flowing, allows disease organisms to spread easily throughout a tree. To prevent the spread, prune during the dormant period whenever possible. And this is Jeff with the Green Review. Thanks for watching.